Now, it's been a scorching weekend, hasn't it? The hottest temperatures this year for many of us. And while it took most of us a while to acclimatise, for one person it really was quite an adjustment. Alex Hibbert from Portsmouth has just come back from a polar expedition in Greenland where he faced temperatures of -34°C. He managed to get into the record books, which we're delighted about, and he's here with me now. Alex, nice to see you. I guess that's -34°C without the wind chill.
That's right, yeah, we had some pretty big winds whilst we were out there, so yeah, with the wind chill it got very, very cold.
So what sort of temperatures did you get down to?
With the wind chill down in the -50s, -60s.
Yeah. That is cold, isn't it? Now, why did you do this?
Well, first of all, we were raising money for charity, which is, I think we've gone well over £15,000 already. And secondly, well, quite clear just ambition, I guess. I wanted to ski further than anyone else had done before without support.
And you did this with who?
With a guy called George Bullard, who I actually met a while back, and so we've been preparing for the expedition together, and we got on very, very well, actually. So it was great.
And the important thing for you was the fact that it was unsupported.
That's right.
Now, what exactly does that mean in terms of adventures?
It means two things, really. First of all, you get no resupplies, so you don't get aircraft coming in and giving you extra food. So you have to haul everything behind you, which makes the sledges very heavy. And secondly, you're not allowed any kind of power support, so no kites, no dogs to help you along.
Right. So you literally pull it. I mean, as we see the pictures here, that's you, isn't it? I mean, just pulling the sledge behind you.
It's pure and simple. It's very, very pure travel.
So you didn't take much with you. Now, in front of you there, that is typical of your food, is it?
That's dinner. That's right. all you added to that is some pure fat and some water. And that was dinner.
Fat.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting, the story behind what you did with the food, because you're a bit like squirrels, weren't you?
That's
Burying
right.
food.
Well, very, very few expeditions do return journeys. Most of them get picked up from sort of point B, whereas we were coming back to point A again, so we laid depots all along the way. And unfortunately, on the way back, our final two depots we couldn't actually find because they'd been destroyed by bad storms. And so we had to do the last 10 days on skeleton rations. So
you just, literally through GPS, you find the food again, do you?
We actually built a big cairn, which you hope there's some of it left by the end of it. And then you take GPS coordinates to get you to the rough area, yeah.
Any sort of dangers that you were facing? Anything go wrong?
Well, on the two coasts we had a polar bear population, which we had to be careful about, and there were very, very heavily crevassed glaciers, which had actually not been travelled recently at all on both coasts as well. And my ski broke after 1,000 miles, which wasn't very helpful.
What did you do? You didn't have a spare pair?
We didn't have a spare pair, no. I mean, the weight restrictions mean that spares are very, very limited, so we had to kind of just strap it back together again, which meant that skiing was quite tough.
You joined the Royal Marines when?
5 weeks' time.
5 weeks' time,
That's right.
But your ambition is to do what?
My ambition, well, there's plenty more polar trips to be done, plenty more bigger ones, down in the Antarctic especially, so...
Well, I wish you luck. And congratulations getting into the record books. Well done. Well, Alex Hibbert, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that with us. It's a great adventure. More to come, I should think.